Hi folks, it's Ron again. Today I'm going to show you how to make a delicious French onion soup. And the first thing that you're going to need, of course, is a lot of onions. But I wanted to tell you one thing about selecting onions. When you get an onion, the flatter the onion is, the sweeter the onion is going to taste. So it takes probably about maybe 5 large onions to make a good sized pot of French onion soup. But when I come back, I'm going to show you how to put it together. Okay, while I was gone, I cut up 3 of those large onions, and I'm going to put those in the water. I filled this pot about halfway up, and I'm going to put some beef bouillon cubes in there. I put about 5 of these in the water, and this is actually going to create your broth as it cooks. Now, I saved out a couple of the onions you'll see over here, because what I want to do is that I want to cook this down and let these onions actually cook into the broth. They'll actually become so opaque you won't even be able to see them. They'll cook away. But that's going to create a real nice onion broth. And then when we get ready to finish it off, we'll take the last couple of onions, we'll put them in, cook them until they're just opaque, and then we'll serve it up, and I'll show you that later. Hey, how you doing? I'm back. We have actually cooked the onions down to where they're very opaque. The broth itself is kind of a caramel brown, which is what we want. And while I was gone, I did put about 5 dashes of seasonal in here, and about 3 dashes of garlic powder. So I didn't show you doing that, but I did put it in there, and it smells really great. It would be great if you could smell it. But anyway, I also took some French bread, and I put it in the toaster oven, and I just put it on bake. And I actually, all I wanted to do really was dry them out, just make them like croutons. So I have those ready. And so what I'm going to do now is that I took the last 2 onions and I chopped those up real fine, and I'm going to add those to the broth so that they can start cooking. And the onions that we put in there to begin with are actually creating the broth right now, and it's going to be a nice oniony broth, but it's going to be kind of smooth. Now, these last onions that I just put in, I chopped them up kind of thin, kind of fine, because I want them to cook a little quicker so we can serve easier. So after we get back, I'm going to show you how to plate all this stuff up and how it goes together, and we'll eat. Okay, back again, and the onions that we just put in have gotten opaque. The original onions that we put in have completely cooked away to nothing, and that's what gives the broth a good oniony flavor. And so really the only thing left to do is that I took the French bread that we turned into croutons, and I put it in the bottom of the bowl. And so that's really what we want to do. And then we're going to get a ample amount of soup and get some broth. Make sure we got a lot of broth in here. And the bowl's getting hot. And so we're going to do all of these. And I know I'm not really saying anything right now. I'm concentrating on not getting burnt. So, now then, we've got all of these filled, and we can turn that off. That's ready. Now, I'm going to take some, this is actually baby Swiss cheese. And you can go to any of your deli markets will have baby Swiss. And get them to cut you slices, and they go right on top, like so, on each one of these. And then we're going to take all of them, and we're going to stick them under the broiler and let them melt the cheese, and it'll be done. I'll be back when it's ready. Okay, so it's all done. The cheese is melted on it. We're going to enjoy it, and I hope that you enjoy the recipe. And do not forget to get your tea. The tea is it's only $9.81 a month, but it will help in your inflammation. It's going to lower your A1C, and it's good for your kidney function as well. So don't forget to order your tea. But bon appetit, enjoy.